Hey, everybody. This is Amber here with Robert Lamb.
Mm-hmm.
And this is Will There Be Cake?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Still
Will There Be Cake?
Still Will There Be Cake.
We didn't change the name to pie yet.
Nope.
Nope.
Slice of pie.
Today is an appreciation holiday.
Okay. Who are we appreciating?
For a profession that's kind of obscure, but we really need to appreciate them because they have all these qualities that are difficult to have because of their job. Are you ready?
Sure.
National Funeral Director and Mortician Recognition Day.
Mortician recognition. I like
Mortician
that. That's like a
recognition.
Cool
Someone
rap.
should write a rap about it.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
this one was actually Congress designated this holiday in 2008.
Because they felt bad for all these people looking at dead bodies all day.
Probably. I mean, it is got to be a hard job to have.
Yeah. I think it's worse for the people who do the autopsies. That's not the same as... That's a different person, right?
What?
The autopsy guy?
Yeah, that's definitely a different person. A completely different profession.
Yeah, see, I would hate to be more that guy than I would the morticians, but it's fine.
It's fine.
Are the morticians the ones that dress up the dead bodies?
Yes.
Okay. And the funeral director just kind of sets everything up.
I think so. And don't they do the speech and stuff?
What?
At the funeral home? You know, like during the funeral?
The director, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would think so.
Okay.
I've been to a few funerals in my time, but I didn't really look at everybody's qualifications when things were happening.
Right.
I just assumed, that that's the funeral director. I know somebody who is a funeral director or works at a funeral home. I think she's a funeral director. Not
Really?
positive. Yeah.
Why?
She makes really good money too.
Well, I would assume so. How do you know this person?
Family member.
Okay.
Not married into a family.
Does she get to drive the car?
The long limousine thing?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's the coolest part. It's so goth.
One of the things was I remember like my dad always being like, how do you do that kind of job? Like, isn't it sad like being around so many sad people all the time?
Mm-hmm.
But I guess she says she just got used to it and she tries to just make it easy on people and stuff. But it's like really expensive to bury someone.
Exactly. That's probably why she makes a lot of money.
Yeah.
Especially like the worst part would be the putting makeup on dead people for like an open casket.
Yeah, but that's a mortician, right?
I think so.
She's not a mortician.
Okay, she's a funeral director.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know like really what all their job entails.
We should
Just a little research.
We should do a little more research on that.
I mean,
let's see.
It's fine.
Mortician job.
All I remember is, did you watch the first season of The Haunting of Hill House?
I didn't.
Okay, well, then I guess we have nothing to talk about. No, one of the characters in it is one of those people who dresses up the people.
Okay.
And this isn't a spoiler because it's like in the first episode, but one of the family members dies and she's like wants to do it herself. She wants to dress because that's what she does for a profession, but it's her sister. So she's like, I want to do it. And they're like, don't do it. It's just going to make you kind of upset. And she's like, no, I want to do it. So she dresses up her sister in like makeup and puts all that kind of stuff on her. And then they have like a funeral with just the family and stuff. And she like lived in the same like house that they did the funerals and stuff.
So a mortician and a funeral director is the same thing.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, because it says mortician, like on dictionary.com, it says mortician. Another word is undertaker, and then it says C, funeral director.
So then is that...
So it says a licensed embalmer who supervises or conducts the preparation of the dead for burial and directs for or arranges funerals. So they do all of it.
The embalming.
They do the embalming too.
Because they got to do it before they like swell up and stuff.
Yeah.
Right? And smell.
Yeah, and smell.
Ugh.
Yeah, so definitely if you have to do all of that, that's a crazy job to have.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do that.
I always just assumed it was like the only people who did these things were like, they were like their family did it and they were like raised
because
in that kind of atmosphere, and then that's how they came to do it. Like, I feel like that's just
I mean, if they offered you a lot of money, would you do it?
I mean, maybe, I don't know.
Like if they're like, we'll pay you like $100,000 a year.
I feel like I'm not like dead bodies don't scare me as much as they probably would a lot of people, but
they don't scare me that much. But I don't know if I want to be like in a room with them all the time. Doing that.
Yeah, I don't think I would either.
Actually, what scares me is more talking to the people who lost their loved ones and not being all sad every time.
Well, this thing says that our average is like, or maybe it's a starting wage, like $41,000 a year, which is not that much.
Yeah, that's not that much for that.
No, but I'm sure it depends.
Yeah.
Hi, Kitty. You're coming to say hi to me? Is it because I'm talking about funerals and you're black?
Oh, yeah. Our black cat. Or my black cat. My black cat just walked in.
Black cat. I don't want this thing.
You have your own black cat.
So I found an article about 10 distinct qualities that make funeral directors extraordinary in honor of National Funeral Directors Day. And number 1 is empathy.
Okay.
Of course.
Right.
They got to take the pain and sadness of another human being. It's not something that most people are capable of doing. It takes a remarkable sort of person to willingly walk into the eye of a hurricane and withstand the battering waves of another person's grief. How deep a sentence.
Intense. I mean, I've been around sad people.
Number 2 is a reverence.
Okay.
They believe in the significance of the work they do. While different faiths may observe different customs, the importance of treating every deceased person with dignity and giving them a respectful final disposition is central to the work of all funeral professionals. Dedication, obviously.
That's every job.
Must summon both physical strength and emotional fortitude at all hours of the day. Emotional fortitude.
Okay.
Service.
Of course, that's a lot of jobs too.
Altruism.
Okay.
Yep. The philanthropic efforts of funeral directors. It's a hard word, yeah. Have helped countless people to rebuild their lives after a tragedy. These acts of goodwill rarely get the recognition they deserve.
Isn't it philanthropic?
I think so, yeah. That sounds right.
I don't know.
Reliability.
Okay.
Unlike other professions, funeral directors can't simply put an autoresponder on their email and check it after a few days. The constant 24/7 demands of the funeral home require morticians to have a strong work ethic and enduring commitment to families in their community. Right. Humility, courage, and exuberance. Just skipping through them now.
Yeah, there's so many things.
Like every sentence seems like the same type of thing, but obviously you got to have those.
I mean, I think it does take a special kind of person to do something like that.
I'm not good at comforting people, so I couldn't do it.
But that's the thing is like there's specific. Every job has like, I mean, there's some that are a little bit more laid back and stuff, but for the most part, like certain jobs have like the specifications you need. Like if you're going to be like somebody, like changing out radar towers and stuff like that. What were you gonna say?
Bedpans.
Oh, that's another one. Like, I mean, whether you're dealing with heights or you're dealing with dead people or you're dealing with rough seas, like there's just specific jobs, and this one is, you got to be empathetic and.
I see. I got the customer service side of things, but
there you go.
I'm not good at like comforting sad people.
And the thing is, I feel like you'd comfort some people who are sad. Some people are like angry.
Right.
Like there's just
you got to be able to deal with every type of
version.
But I'm sure they've seen every type of.
Oh yeah, after you do it for a while.
Mourning, and I guess it probably depends, like what stage, like how long it's been, and all that. Because a lot of people are like not super sad right at first because they're either like still in shock or whatever.
I'm trying to think. It's been a while since I've been to a funeral. I've been to a bunch. And then they have, like, the open casket and stuff sometimes. Mm-hmm. That's always, like, weird to me. I mean, I guess it's fine, but that's when they, like, dress them up. I wonder, I don't know if I assume they dress them up, too, if it's a closed casket, but maybe not as much.
I have no idea. Yeah. What do they do? Because what if someone peeks in?
They put them in a suit and stuff, so you got to see, like, a whole old dead bodies.
Do they even put them in the casket when you don't ask for an open one?
Yeah.
Like, let's just put an empty one. They'll never know.
I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. I don't know. Are you going to be buried in a casket or cremated?
I'm definitely going to be cremated.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do cremation.
Or, like, if they do, like, don't they have that thing where they can put you in the soil of a tree or some shit.
Yeah, that's another thing, yeah.
Or
I don't know how much that
there's a
costs.
bunch of other things that you can do now.
Even cremation is expensive and stuff.
It is really expensive.
And then you have to buy, like, what about an urn? And then you turn into a Big Lebowski and you just bring a Folgers can.
I don't know. It's just like having someone's, even their ashes is weird to me.
Yeah. The whole death
if I got
is
cremated, I want to get cremated and then like my ashes spread somewhere, like, you know, a lot of people do. Not like sit in an urn in my fucking family's house forever and they feel like they can't get rid of me. That's weird.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, like, I don't think I'm going to have, like, a big family and stuff like that. I don't really want to, like, pass down my ashes
How
or
sad,
anything.
Robert Lamb.
I'm just saying, like, I'm not, when I'm dead, I'm dead. I really don't give a crap what happens to my body at that point. Just burn me up and throw me, I don't know, in a park or something.
In a park or something.
I don't know.
Just like your favorite place to go. Or your favorite place you've been.
The strip club? I don't go to strip clubs.
Your favorite place you've been. I mean, obviously, like...
Universal Studios.
No.
Dump my body off of a roller coaster.
Like in nature, you stupid.
Oh, okay, fine. Bring my body to Sawgrass Park down the street.
I still want to be a tree. I'm sticking with it.
I mean, that's fine. Decompose, grow a little tree out of you.
Yeah. Exactly, that's what I want.
I just don't want to be in a casket. I honestly, and I'm sorry if this offends anybody, I think funeral homes or not funeral homes, but cemeteries are just like a waste of space.
They are.
They're
and then
such
there's
a waste
dead
of space.
bodies in the ground, and then people get offended when they finally build over them.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't need, like, I get the whole, like, I think I more respect the ones, like, the little boxes where you keep, because they have those too,
yeah,
right?
you can do that.
Yeah. Because again, that's less space, but it's a place where you can go and visit. But I still think, like, if you're like, oh, I want my ashes spread over fucking the beach or whatever, then you could just go to the beach to visit your family member. You can't
I'm just
leave
saying,
flowers
like,
and
just
shit,
leaving
but
dead bodies in a casket in wood in the ground to me is just weird.
Right.
I mean, burials have always been like a symbolic thing for a lot of people, all the way down to the back to the Egyptians. And
I was just gonna say, Egyptians are the ones that they say started.
Yeah, putting them in like
so they
sarcophagus and just
in their tombs. But they
believed in a lot of other stuff back then. Nowadays, we're like, we don't need that.
Exactly.
And there's more people. It's like we don't need.
But that's the issue. It's a lot to do with religion. And
it is.
So it's always been the center of how funerals are carried out. In ancient Rome, ceremonial undertakers were employed to announce the funeral by wailing loudly, and the more actors who were crying aloud at your funeral, the wealthier you were. So they paid people. They paid people to just like.
Makes sense.
So weird. It was typically down to women to prepare the dead bodies back then, and then the gender roles began to change during the 19th century. And for the past 100 years, it's been a male-dominated industry.
Wow.
Especially funeral directors. So that woman that you know, she's a rarity. You should text her today and tell her you appreciate her.
Nah, I think I'm good. We're not that close.
Yeah.
I'll send her a link to the podcast.
So you have to attain at least an associate's degree or higher, and then the degree is followed by a 1 to 3 year apprenticeship and obtaining all the license needed.
Dang.
So
my thing is like, not to get too gruesome, but like, what if you died by like decapitation or something weird? Do you have an open casket at that point?
Unless you still have the head. I'm sure they could do some makeup shit where they just put like.
Because I think they do closed caskets for like really gruesome murders.
Yeah.
Or like not just murders, but deaths. And
that's what I'm saying. What do they do? Do they actually like put like if your like
body
is a bunch of limbs, like do they put it in there?
Yeah, like if you like died in an explosion, they're just like putting like here's the arm, leg. Oh, we forgot the ear.
Damn it.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, I don't either.
That's why, again, just burn all my body parts.
So, yeah, there is multiple green funeral options. You can get a biodegradable woven willow casket that decomposes into the ground.
Okay.
So,
that's kind of
cool.
That's
better,
yeah.
I think.
Yeah, plant some trees instead of just more tombstones and
Yeah.
stuff.
Some other fun facts. Rosemary was associated with eternal life and is often placed inside coffins to cover odors. That's good. We need that. The Romans invented gravestones. The first gravestones in Britain were concentrated close to Roman military forts and more urbanized Romano-British settlements. And then prior to the 20th century, some European families would hire I already went over that, professional mourners to cry for their deceased. That's so weird.
Yeah, that's really weird. Who cares?
But dolphins and elephants grieve the loss of their own and recognize it with memorial-like rituals.
Yeah, I've heard about the elephant stuff. I didn't know about dolphins, but that makes sense.
That's so sad.
I mean,
more sad than people dying.
It is. Whenever animals die, it's so sad.
Yeah, it's so sad. So to celebrate today, you can
Die.
Send send a thank you card to, maybe like a funeral director or mortician that's helped your family with a death.
Oh, that's helped your family. Okay.
Yeah,
not just random
normal.
ones.
Yeah. I mean, you can if you want. Plan your own funeral.
Oh, God. Okay, before we
Just
even
to make
finish
it a
this,
little easier for your
I'm
family.
definitely making this a cake day because it's going to be depressing as shit.
It's depressing as shit. We knew it was going to.
Yeah.
You can write a review if you know a funeral director who made a difficult time a little bit easier for your family. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Write a review. That's the only things I can think of to celebrate.
Yeah, I mean,
Give
I guess,
a dolphin a hug.
Yeah, go visit the zoo. Go to the zoo.
Yeah, it's not an easy profession, so just recognize.
Yeah, just appreciate it because not everybody could do that kind of thing. And then obviously everybody's got to deal with death at some point, so you're going to have to deal with somebody like this. So might as well appreciate, yeah. And I do think it's a cake day.
It's for sure a cake day.
Because it's so
it's sad. Or bring a funeral director or mortician, a cake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for burying my loved ones. Here. Put a candle in it and everything. Just blow it out. Thanks.
Tell them their cars are cool. That's what I would do.
Yeah. I don't think that's necessarily a car that they drive around all the time.
Sometimes.
I think they just do it for funerals.
When I was younger, my a family friend we knew had one.
It's a hearse.
Yeah, a hearse. That's what they're called.
Yeah.
And they didn't work. I think they
Really?
just bought it. Like someone there was a funeral home selling it.
Yeah. I always thought it was weird after a funeral, everybody was just like, let's eat.
Let's eat.
Right afterwards.
Yeah, I want to be one of those people who has a party instead of a funeral.
Yeah, funerals,
Just
even
a party in the woods with everyone doing drugs.
Well, I've been
to music.
Funerals that I didn't even know. I knew it was a friend of a friend or a family member of a friend. And I go to those funerals and I don't even know the person, but then I get all sad because everyone's up there telling their sad stories
it's so
or
sad.
Their happy memories and stuff. I'm like, oh my God, this is so depressing.
I haven't been to too many funerals, but the last one was my grandma, and it was really sad.
Yeah.
Especially because I was right up front and everyone's telling their stories and crying. And I'm like, oh my God.
I've been to a few, and one of them was one I went to who was a friend's sister who died young. She had a certain disease that was real, and I knew her. I've hung out with her before and stuff, not a lot, but
right.
All her friends I was friends with too. So when I went to that, I was like, this is sad.
So sad.
Anyways, not to bring us down too much, but yeah, definitely have a cake to celebrate too.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that does it for this episode. Thank you, morticians.
Yep.
We love you and all the hard work you do.
Can't wait till you bury me.
Yeah. Have a great day, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
This has been a Seven Lamb production.